Hello, everybody, and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob.
I'm NV Jitters.
And I'm CheerandCosplay.
And we're back. It's spooky month still. We were doing some stuff with anime from Netflix that was spooky because apparently they've built up enough of those things every now and then for their stuff, but we're taking a little break from that this week because this week I was having a birthday thing and I was like, hey, you know what's a really good movie? Secrets in the Hot Springs, and I'm happy enough to have an excuse to watch that again. So that's what we did. Who all has seen this before and who hasn't? I know you and me watched this.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Chibs?
I mean, I watched it with you guys.
That is the one time that we did that.
You.
Yeah. Cece, you the first time seeing this, or this is your second time?
First time, yeah.
First time. Okay. So I feel like we should probably start with you. What do you think out the gate?
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, this is a fun little movie. It's from Taiwan, which you don't normally hear a whole lot of. Like, at least me, I don't hear like a whole lot of movies coming out of there. Mostly because I feel like a lot of the news for movies tends to just be American stuff. But you know, it's kind of fun to check out some of what the international scene has to offer, especially for like horror comedy. Because
there's some good ones.
There's some good ones, but it's also like that's such a tough kind of like genre to work and really make work well a lot of times, unless it's like if anyone's ever seen Lamageddon, like you just make it like so low budget bad that it's hilarious. But yeah, so this is a story of, I'm gonna ruin these names, He-Hsuan.
Which one are you reading?
That one.
I think it's more like Cheer.
Okay, the main character, Blondie.
Nope.
Yeah.
He is. Yep. He's got a. He's been having some problems. He can't quite make school work and life work. His parents are, passed, not having a good time with that. And he doesn't want to run the hotel that his grandparents run, that his parents wanted to run, and all that sort of stuff. He used to want to do it. Now he's like, no, it makes me think about my parents too much, and that's a problem. And he's a bit of a loner at school, but then he gets kind of roped into a friendship with
Little Princess.
Little Princess. Yeah, they have a nickname. What do we call the other guy though?
Lu Chen.
Lu Chen? Okay, does he just have an easy name?
Or Lu Chen, at least.
Chen?
I just called him Lucian.
Lucian? Okay.
Because that's like the most American name that actually correlates with those words. So that's just what I was calling them.
Xiaoqin.
Say that one more time so that people can understand it.
It's Xiaoqin. It's the main guy.
I'm going to destroy that name, so I will refrain. I'm just going to call him Blondie.
I had to Google the other way that it's spelled because it's easier to pronounce when you look at the other spelling. Like, there are different romanizations of the names.
Yeah.
And the other romanization just spells it more easily.
Anyway, he ends up having to go back over, summer break or something? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They end up getting in some trouble at school, so they have to kind of flee town a little bit off to the hotel where turns out it's kind of haunted, but perhaps, there's a mystery there, and why is it haunted? And it's spooky stuff. There's ghosts and ghouls, and they're dealing with that, and it's a comedy, and I don't want to spoil it too much for anyone who hasn't seen it, but at the same time, I feel like you should have seen this. It came out in 2018, so it's been out for a little bit. It's been on Netflix for a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to think. What should we start by saying and doing? I mean, anyone have any initial thoughts they want to get out?
I think the actors are really funny. Like, especially the guy who does all the physical comedy. He was pretty good.
I feel like all three of them do physical comedy.
What's the weird guy's name?
The weird guy? The Lucian?
Lucian.
Or however we properly pronounce that?
He's pretty good at the physical comedy. I feel like all of them are good. I feel like they have good chemistry together.
Yeah.
I feel like they chose pretty good actors. Same with the grandparents. They have some good comedic timing.
They do. Yeah. I actually looked up a little bit because I thought I recognized the grandfather. I didn't. But he's apparently been around for a very long time. He's actually an opera singer.
Oh.
He did that for like years and years and years, and then eventually got into movies in like, I want to say the 90s.
Ooh, okay.
Or something, but he's been around for a while.
Dang.
Let's see here. Grandma?
whole career.
Go ahead. What was your thought?
Oh, I was just gonna say that, like, the slapstick is, like, they have the amount of chemistry that, like, the Three Stooges have. Our main guys.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who grew up watching the Stooges, I was just like, ah, yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Definitely some good stuff there. I'm looking at Grandma. She's been in some stuff for a while. Not a whole lot of stuff that I really know or have seen. It mostly looks like these are primarily like Chinese or Taiwanese actors. So, yeah. The other three, I don't really know. There's also another girl there who is having a time of it.
Oh yeah, Suzuki.
Little Suzuki, because she drives a motorcycle and is in love with Blondie, who does not give two shits. It's hard to, like, talk sometimes about comedies, because it's like, oh, I don't want to, like, just tell what all the jokes are and that.
Yes, you can do the highlights, funniest parts.
Yeah, like, honestly, anytime they start getting really scared and trying to, like, figure out what to do, but also, like, not do it at all.
I like in the beginning when the main guy didn't believe them. There are some funny gags there.
Yeah, the ghostly apparitions start appearing to the other, to his two cohorts, Little Princess and Lucien, and yeah, he just doesn't believe them. They're, like, running around, jumping on him, and being like, please protect us from the thing, because he's actually, like, physically strong, or at least, like, a tough guy.
Yeah, he has
also,
that
like,
attitude.
20. He was held back a couple times.
Yeah.
20.
Fifth year senior or something. And, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa they actually remind me a little bit. Has anyone seen Kung Fu Hustle? I feel like I showed it to you.
I think I have.
They kind of remind me of the landlords a little bit from that one. So if you know that's kind of the vibe that they got. And I mean, Kung Fu Hustle's a really good movie. We should probably watch some more of that guy's movies, because he also made Love on Delivery.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Super fun movie.
Add it to the list.
Oh, it's on there. Believe me.
Okay.
A couple of his things I wanna add on, because they're really good. So they're there. They're at the hot springs. It's kind of this rundown place, and it's very, like, got the spooky vibes and that. And then they start seeing the apparitions and stuff. First he doesn't believe them, then they appear to him, and it's like, okay, are these your dead parents? Because that's horrifying. So they're trying to, like, exorcise the ghost, and then they're trying to figure out if maybe the grandparents are actually dead and are, like, the ones haunting the place.
Well, apparently Grandma keeps trying to keep Grandpa from dying by shoving his soul back into his body.
Yeah, we see him die, and she literally catches him.
He just wants to be free, man.
It's like, you're not getting out of here.
She's like, no!
That was really funny.
He knows the contract, till death do us part. And she's like, yeah, no death, no part.
Exactly.
Let's see here. You know what? Why don't we listen to Envy a little bit and see what he had to say? There wasn't a whole lot, but he gave me a couple things to tell you guys. Overall, what are your thoughts, Envy?
Overall, I'm a light yay. At first, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about the movie, because it took me a while to get used to its tone and writing. I gradually got used to the movie, and while, honestly, I didn't laugh a lot during the movie, I still found it entertaining in its own right. I liked the performances for the most part, I liked the cheap, yet endearing set design, and I thought the mystery, while likely easy to solve, had moments of emotion for the main character. Overall, I can totally see this movie getting a cult following if it already doesn't have one.
That's kind of an interesting point of, like, yeah, it's kind of a smaller movie. It's a little bit, I don't want to call it out of, like, probably doesn't have, like, a lot of notoriety over here. But yeah, I kind of agree with that. The idea of, like, this could gain a small cult following or something. Or maybe, like, some of the filmmakers could.
I mean, I would think that, like, with the popularity of, like, K-pop and K-dramas, there's, like, definitely been an influx in Netflix's library of Asian films and Asian shows in general. They have quite a good selection of Asian horror films on there from what I was seeing when I was scrolling through last week, because I was looking for something to watch. So there are some other things on there. I think there might be another horror comedy on that list. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and scroll through, but there seems to be like quite a few of them that are actually like on there. And honestly, sometimes like Asian horror films kind of suit me a bit better, mostly because they tend to lean more toward the supernatural sort of side of things. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, there are some really good ones. And I feel like, Netflix has been expanding a lot. And I feel like with the rise in popularity in the West of like K-dramas and C-dramas and various other ones like that, they've started like delving more into those and expanding so much more on their library of like series and movies from Asia. So it's been pretty good.
I'm trying to think, because there was another one that we watched on Netflix called PMOC, which was from Thailand. Yeah, that was a pretty funny one. Was that the thing that you were saying? Yeah. Yeah, we've got to watch that at some point. Well, probably won't be this month, but like, yeah, I think that was...
Oh, it was funny, yeah.
That was like the highest grossing movie domestically in that country.
I believe so. It did really well.
Wow.
Honestly, did a pretty good job of everything. But we'll probably have to talk about that at another time. It's another ghost type movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of similar in its humor too.
I'm kind of wondering if
one in school that was like a haunted water heater or something.
Oh no, yeah, I remember
wasn't that Dark
one.
Waters?
Dark
or something
Water.
Like that?
You're right. Yeah.
Was that one funny, or am I misremembering it?
No, it was not funny.
Was it unintentionally funny?
It might have been unintentionally funny. I was not there for that one because I had to work.
I didn't think so.
But the thing is like, do you know the guy who wrote The Ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is based on a short story that he wrote.
Okay.
Called Dark Waters.
Oh.
It's part of a short story collection.
So wait, are The Ring and Dark Waters from the same story?
They are. So the books that they are based on are from the same author.
You know what? I can kind of see that.
Okay.
It definitely had those similar vibes.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this one Japanese horror film called One Cut of the Dead?
Okay.
It's like a zombie film. It's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
Okay.
I would recommend it. They're making like a zombie movie, but then it turns out the zombies are real. So it's pretty funny.
They're showing it the end of the month on the 28th at Row House over in Dormont.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
So I'm going to go see that. I don't know about anybody else, but
It's good.
Wait, the 28th?
I think we have something on the 28th.
I'm going in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's at like 4:30, so.
Got it.
If anyone's in Pittsburgh and knows about that, I'll give them free advertising. I love those guys. But yeah, so this movie, they end up trying to go Ghostbusters on this a little bit, but they're all shaggy a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're all too scared to do anything, even when Suzuki shows up, and she's like, I don't believe in any of this. Until Blondie says, you should believe it. And she's like, I believe it. She has got it bad. Which, admittedly, good-looking kid. I'm not gonna lie. But still, you got options, right?
She is hooked on this guy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's a lot of, kind of like what Chippy was saying, it's a lot of the slapstick stuff. It's a lot of like the Three Stooges kind of like thing. But, in a more horror sense kind of thing. Everyone's a little bit goofy and ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And it kind of works.
In a good way. Yeah. In a fun way.
Weirdly enough, I like what Envy was saying, the main character, because his parents died and he's having trouble like dealing with all of that, they do have a couple flashbacks and a couple like little sequences that kind of show what he's dealing with, and it actually goes pretty well. Like, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I feel like his arc kind of works.
Honestly, those are like some of the sweeter moments in this movie. I'm like, honestly, like, this is a silly movie, but this is all like very sweet.
Yeah, it's got some heart to it, which is nice.
That one bit towards the end, I almost cried. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry over this movie.
Lock that off. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got pretty emotional at times.
Yeah, but then as soon as they have an emotional moment, they have to make sure that they like turn it around and be like, okay, nope, joke time. Like, they eventually confront the ghosts, and I don't want to ruin what the big surprise is with everything, but like, they sneak in a bunch of good jokes here and there with like part of it is like maybe part of it could have been funnier to me if I like just knew a little bit more about like ghost mythology over there, because I know every culture kind of has their own like superstitions, their own sort of like here's how ghosts work and here's what you can do. Like some of the things they were doing I'm not as familiar with. They had a wet towel fight with the ghosts, which I guess is there's something there. I know there's some sort of spiritualism traditional like kind of thing going on there, because I've seen some kind of something similar in other like anime and stuff like that, but like I just don't fully understand what it is.
It might just have to do with like the water, maybe it's acting as like a purifier.
Yeah, I'm still it just, and I mean they're playing it up to be silly, but
yeah,
I guess I would probably like understand it more if I was kind of like a little more in touch with that culture a little bit. They have other little things like, oh, if you have this candle with you, the ghost won't be able to get you. And of course, the candles all go out at the most inopportune moments because, yeah, of course they do. Or you throw the candle at somebody. And you're like, why did I do that? I like the thing that they were doing. They did the paranormal activity thing of like, let's put a bunch of flour on the floor to see where the ghosts are walking around. But at the same time, I'm like, and then you're going to walk around with nothing but candles. I'm like, flour is super flammable, right?
Well, not just even that. Like, they are also, like, leaving footprints in the flour.
I think the difference is the ghosts are barefoot and they're not. So they can tell their own footprints, I think.
I suppose,
But yeah, so by the end of it, we find out what the haunting was really about and what was going on with some of the other characters. Some stuff is revealed about everybody. They have some heartwarming moments. They have some funny moments. There's a bit at the end where, like, just the night that they had, I think they traumatized somebody at a hospital pretty badly.
Yeah.
Like, this guy didn't do anything, and you just ruined his night. But
a little bit.
Kind of how it goes with this. Nobody got, absolutely no one in this movie, which is set kind of over the course of at least a week. Nobody got a night's sleep at all. So I don't know how many of them are functioning. But yeah. So I don't know. Any other thoughts from you guys? I'm like trying to like talk about it, but also not talk about it. Because I want to make sure people go see this. Because this thing, I think, deserves a little bit more love. I think a couple things deserve a little bit more love from like this sort of genre and this sort of cinema.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a selling point. The bromance is so strong in this one.
It is very strong.
The bromance is so strong, it might turn into romance.
At least that's what the grandpa thought.
That is what the grandpa.
That's what everybody thought. Wasn't just grandpa.
So the girlfriend
it
thought.
was grandpa. It was she's not his girlfriend. She wishes.
Suzuki.
The girl.
Suzuki, the teachers, everybody.
It was pretty strong.
It's astounding how jelly everybody got of it too.
Oh my goodness. It is too silly. It is too funny.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm glad I rewatched it because I did forget quite a bit of this, and I'm just like,
I'm trying to think what else to talk about here. Like, I'm just in general, like the idea of horror comedy, I feel like I've seen a number of them, though rarely are they ever really, really good.
Yeah. Can't agree.
Because, like, I'm trying to think, like, if I was watching this, like, totally on my own, like, in the dark or whatever, like, looking for scares or something, I think there's a couple spots in here that actually are kind of, you know, they jump and get you a little bit if you're into this kind of, like, a little more atmospheric kind of, like, ghost horror type stuff. So they actually do it pretty well. You can tell, like, whoever made this, like, the people, actually, let me find out who made this. Writer and director, can you help me out?
Kuan-Hui.
Kuan-Hui. Yeah, you can tell he's probably a fan of a lot of these things and was like, you know, kind of love
We gotta search for his other stuff.
Well, this is his other stuff.
That's what I mean. We gotta find him.
This is it. This is all he's made.
I meant watch them.
Oh, okay. He made, other than this, he made a short film and a TV show. That came out this year. Oh no, Here Comes Trouble. What is that? Is it another horror comedy? Oh, yep, it's another horror comedy. After
Ooh.
a near-fatal accident, that guy's name, regular life is turned upside down as he unexpectedly gains the ability to see wandering spirits. With the aid of his high school nemesis and a rookie cop, he sets out to help them rest in peace.
Hell yeah, that sounds like fun.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
12 episodes. Yeah, might have to go check it out.
Yes.
Netflix, put that in your library.
It'll probably be like a year before it's on there or something, syndication and
Yeah.
whatnot. But
Aw.
anyway, seems interesting. Seems like this is the kind of genre that he likes. And I appreciate that. I like it because it gives me the vibes of like Shaun of the Dead.
Mhm.
Of like a
little
filmmaker who very much loves movies and loves genre movies, making a... I wouldn't even call Shaun of the Dead really a parody or a satire, even. It's kind of just its own thing. I mean, it's a little satire,
I would
but,
call it a satire, yeah.
but at the same time, it's more than anything, it's a love letter to zombie movies.
Hmm.
Because, like, yes, it's kind of poking a little bit of fun, but at the same time, it kind of is reveling in it. And more than anything, despite being what it is, it's kind of one of the best zombie movies on its own.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And, like...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I love filmmakers who can do that kind of thing and who, like, love showing off how much they love what they do a little bit. So, yeah, gotta give them points for that. Trying to think what else. I want to talk more about this, but at the same time, it's one of those things of, like, sometimes it's a comedy or something where it's like, yeah, there's not much to talk about. It was fun.
It
Go
was a
watch
good
it, you
movie.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil
So-
too much.
So, yeah, Envy was a light yay. I'm a yay here. I think this is worth a watch.
I'm a full yay.
I am also a yay.
Yeah, I'll give it a yay.
Yeah. Pretty short episode, but it's a pretty good recommendation. And not too long either. So, give it a watch. It's especially this month. It's a good time.
Yes.
So check out that and check out, any of the other movies we were talking about. Shaun of the Dead is great. PMAC is really good. We'll probably be talking about that at some point down the line, maybe. God, now I'm blanking on who his name is, but I need to look him up because I mentioned him earlier. Stephen Chow. Go look up any of his filmography. He's the guy who made Kung Fu Hustle. He's the guy who made Love on Delivery, Shaolin Soccer. It's like, it's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon meets The Three Stooges. All of his movies. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to check something real quick just because I feel like he was also connected to something that we didn't like, but
Oh, really?
hang on.
No.
Oh, right. He was a producer on Dragon Ball Evolution. I'm so sorry, everybody.
No.
I was gonna say, I'm like, are you gonna say Dragon Ball Evolution? Because
Yep.
I feel like that's what you're gonna say.
Real unfortunate. Honestly, can I be real with you? I don't think they gave him enough creative control.
Yeah.
Because think about this. Think about like a straight up Dragon Ball movie in the style of Love on Delivery.
That might actually
That
be
would
good.
have that would have honestly been in more tone with the original show. Not Dragon Ball Z so much, but like Dragon Ball, silly, goofy. He also did a Journey to the West thing, which is also very Dragon Ball. Like, why did Dragon
is.
Ball Evolution not work? It's probably mostly the American influence, but
Yeah.
yeah. Go check out that guy, Stephen Chow. Go check out Kuan-Hui. What was his name? Who did this one? Who did the one that we're talking about? God damn it! I'm so bad with their names. Kuan-Hui Lin. And maybe his TV show is good too. Check that out. Or any of the other things we're talking about. PMAC. Was there another one? Oh, one Cut of the Dead. If you're in
One
Pittsburgh,
Cut of the Dead is good.
if you're in
Or if you
Pittsburgh,
just wanna
go
watch it,
check
you
that
can
out
find
when
it.
they're showing it. Row House. In the Row House Hollywood Theater's doing a zombie movie marathon on the 28th, so I'm gonna check out some of that. So, yeah.
Oh, 28 days. I get it.
Oh, they're actually not doing 28 Days Later. Funny
What?
enough, it's One Cut of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, and then Night of the Living Dead.
Huh.
Oh, it's just dead.
It's just dead.
Yeah,
The Dead song.
I'd like to point out, as good as 28 Days Later is, there are no zombies in it.
True.
So,
Is it a horror movie, really?
it's a horror thriller,
Hmm.
I think, and with a smidge of an action movie in there.
I am.
So, yeah, watch any of the things that we mentioned here, other than Dragon Ball Evolution. And yeah, come back for next week. We're going to be getting back to the Netflix anime stuff with Sirius the Jaeger, which was, what exactly was that about? That was like a period piece, like Imperial Vampires or something?
Oh, all of the vampires.
Interesting.
I know there's a vampire hunter and some other stuff, and I feel like it was a period piece, but I might be wrong about that. We'll have to check it out. It's on Netflix. It's only like 12 episodes, but we're probably only going to watch the first 3, give you a little taste of it. But if we end up watching more of it, we end up watching more of it. We'll see what happens. So come back for that and whatever else we got going on, because November will be coming up, and we have a whole other thing going on for the rest of the year. We'll be announcing that pretty soon, and the show we're going to watch for the end of the month as well. So come back and go watch this movie and deal with some other stuff. I don't know. Have a fun month. This is one of the best months of the year.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, and happy birthday, Al.
Happy birthday, friend.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!